Hello guys, welcome, and this is another part of this series. This is part 4 of ASP.NET MVC series. This is database first approach, and in this tutorial we will learn how to show a list of objects or a list of students on a single page, and all we need to do is just add a view, and it's so simple. We do not need to write any kind of code for that, and this is a method where we can automatically generate a view for showing the list of students or list of teachers or anything else. So guys, this video can be made in a couple of minutes, but that is not the purpose of this video, because this series is for beginners. So I mainly focus the content which I am presenting is to make the students or the beginners understand what are the logics behind the things which are happening here. So let me flip to Visual Studio, and let me show you what are the things that we discuss. We will discuss list view template and action link, and here is our project that we are working with in previous video. So let me go to students controller, and this is the action method that we have prepared in our previous video. So let me create another action method here for showing the list of students. So public action result, let me call it as index. You can name this action method anything else, but it's a convention that in every controller the index action method is responsible for showing the list of the class which it is representing. So it's up to you. You can name anything here. You can name a student list or anything else, but I am preferring here index as its name. So return view. So before we return a view, we want this view to show all the details of all the students. So definitely for that we need to prepare a list of students object, so that students, and we want this object to be populated with all the students that are present in our database, like this. So before I write any database query, because whenever we want to communicate to our database, we have to create an object of this context class, because without that we cannot communicate to our database. So this is database first approach. So whenever we want to talk to database, we just make an object of a context class here. Let me make that student context. db is equal to new student context, and we want to fetch all the students details in this student variable, that is list of student variable. So db dot students dot to list, that's it. So this will return all the students which are present over here. So all the detail of all the students is now inside this students variable. Let me pass this to the view, and now we add a view, and click add view and choose the model as list. And now definitely we have to pass the model class as student, and context class is must to reference over here. So these are simple 3 steps to do. So all we need to do is just pass the action view name over here, which is by default index, and we do not want to change it. Next one is list, but you can choose anything from here: create, delete, details, edit, and all the views can be created can be generated automatically. So in our next videos we will see how to make a view of create template, which will automatically generate a code for the HTML for a view which will be responsible for creating a new student. So likewise you can make a view for deleting a student and editing a student and so on. So for now let me choose list, and then definitely we have to tell which class, which database table you are going to reference for this list, and then you are going to pass the context class name. Rest of the things are same. Let me click add, and you will see that this will automatically generate the code for it, the HTML code for text boxes and the labels and so on. So let's look at that. So you can see here this code is automatically generated, which is responsible for showing all the details of students. So first of all, this line of code is responsible for accepting the list of students variable sent via view over here. So we are sending list of students, and on the view of it we are accepting that. You can see here, here you can see you are accepting a enumerable of student, that is list of students is being accepted by this line of code. And whenever we send data from controller to view, we know that at model object is an object which is having that data. So this let me first run it, and then I will explain this code in a bit. So let me run it. So build succeeded. चन्ना मेरे आ चन्ना मेरे आ चन्ना मेरे आ बेलिया ओ पिया चन्ना मेरे आ चन्ना मेरे आ चन्ना. So guys, you can see that all the student details is being shown over here. And now let me explain this code to you people, that this is the first line of this is the first row, that is basically the name of the columns which are being represented over here, and next rows are dynamically added to it. So first of all, let me tell you how this header row is being prepared. So it's so simple. You can see here we have got a table over here. All the things are inside this one, and this is first row, and this is the second row, and second row is dynamically prepared, and first row is basically the headings of the variable names, or sorry, the column names. So you can see here in first tr we have th, and this table heading is showing display name for, is used to display the name of the property. Okay, the model which you are binding over here, this model will represent that model. Okay, so we have compile time error checking over here. Like if I write a wrong name over here, you will see that this will fire and run a compile time error. You can read the error message that student model class does not contain a definition for name EE and no accessible extension, and you can understand that by yourself, because it's so understandable. So likewise we are creating a table heading for gender, then mobile, then department ID, that is the foreign key, and the last heading, the last header is empty. And you can see here these links has got no header over here, so you can add by yourself. So you can, let me call it as actions, and if I save it and if I refresh it, you will see that. Okay, so the first tr is responsible for this table, these headings, and the next tr is dynamically prepared, is for the data which is being shown to you. So the next tr, we know that in model we have got all the student details. So whenever this for loop iterates, it represents a single student detail. So first time the first student detail will be inside this item variable, and in when the next time this loop will iterate, the next time the first time this student will be inside the item variable, and in second iteration this second student will be inside the item variable, and this is the item variable which is fetching single item, single student from this model, which is consisting of list of students that is being passed from controller action method. So in first td we are using the helper method display for. Now what is the difference between display name for and display for? The display name for helper method is used to display the name of that property, okay, and the display for helper method is used to display the actual value inside that property. Okay, so all the things are almost similar from here. If you understand one td, the rest of the tds are same. Like here you just pass the gender, mobile and department id. Let me show you one thing. For some reason, if you do not want to show these IDs on the view, you can skip. You can delete this column over here, and you can also delete this heading from here. And if I save it and refresh it, you will see that department ID column is now deleted. So it's flexible, you can update your code as you like. And these are the links. We will discuss these links, how these links are prepared in a later video session, but for now let me add some border to this table. Let me add some bootstrap classes. So table bordered and table striped. Let me save it, rerun it, and now you can see that our table is a bit more readable. And you can also add another class, table hover. So this will provide you the hover facility, mouse hover facility. So let me refresh it, and you can see you can now have the table hover functionality over here. So that's how we can create a list view. I could make this video in 2 minutes or in 1 minute to add a view and just run the project and show you how to create a view which shows the list of students. But I again repeat that this video series is for the beginners, and I have to clear all the things, all the possible things that I understand that these things must be explained. So that is how my video length is a bit longer. If my speaking is slow, I mean to say, if I'm speaking slow, you can watch my videos on higher speed so that you may be comfortable. So one thing that I want to add in this tutorial is that look at that, whenever we jump to this student/index action method, we have to rewrite this URL. We do not have link over here. So what if I want to add some link over here on which if I click I should come back to this page. For now let me show you. If I click at home, I have got no link over here to go back to student slash index section method. So I have to rewrite all the URL over here, and then I could go over there. So student slash index. So that's how I can come over here. So let me show you how to add the link over here to for this specific view. So for that we have to, because this header is being prepared in our underscore layout file, so let me go to that. For that we expand views folder, inside we have shared folder, and inside that we can see that we have these list items, that is home, about and contact, and you can see we have here these links: home, about and contact, and this is our application name. So if you want to change your application name, you can change over here. Like if I say this is my ASP.NET app. Okay, if I save here, and this is basically the display text. The display text can be anything. It has nothing to do with any controller action method name or controller name or anything else. The display name means that you can write anything. This is just the display name. Okay, so here if you can see, these are the action links which links your action methods when you click on them. Okay, the first parameter is the display name. If I show you the overloaded version of it, you can see the first parameter is the link text and the inner text of the anchor element, and the next one is the action method name, that is the index, and the third one is the controller name. So it is so understandable that first one is the action link name, the display text of the link, and the second one is the action method name, and third one is the controller name. So likewise, this is the action this is the display text, this is the action method name, and this is the controller name. So let me copy and paste one more list item over here. Paste it over here. And what is the display text? I want to say that students, so all the students we want, or I can write here student list. And the action method name, what is the action method name to which you want this link to redirect? Let me show you. The action method name is index, so the action method name must be passed as the second parameter. Where is the underscore layout? Here. So the second one is the action method name, and third thing is important, guys. This is the controller name. These three links are home controllers links, but this link is of student controller link. So we have to pass here student as the controller name. So let me pass student. That's it. So now if I refresh this page, let me show you. This new link is added over here, and if I mouse hover on this link, you can see in bottom left corner that you will redirect to localhost /student, and by default, if you are redirecting to index action method, the action method name is omitted in this displaying URL that is being shown to you in bottom left corner. So if I click on contact, I go to contact. If I click on student list, you can see we are now on student list, and this is missing the index over here. that is by default MVC convention, that whenever you go to index action method of any controller, by default the action method name is omitted in the URL, but if we have to write it inside this link over here. So in this video you have also learned how to add links to some action method. So one more thing that I want to add in this is that I want to change this index text to student list, and I want this text to display over here in midsection. So let me go back to my action method. Let me change it back to student list, and let me add a bootstrap class over here, class center, text center, and success to show it as a green text. So let me refresh this page again. Yummy, this is showing this in midsection, but it's not showing as a green text. Let me recheck it. Okay, text success, and now if I refresh this page, now you can see that this is now in green text. So we will discuss about this create new link in next video tutorial. So that's it for this tutorial, guys. See you in the next tutorial. चन्ना मेरे आ चन्ना मेरे आ चन्ना मेरे आ बेलिया ओ पिया चन्ना मेरे आ चन्ना मेरे आ चन्ना मेरे आ बेलिया ओ पिया।